afternoon, Netrunners. It's now slowly becoming evening as we start the fifth and final round of the Crown of Servers tournament.
Yeah.
I'm Cephalopod Wizard.
And I'm Jai, and we are back with round number 5. Oh, did you say afternoon? What time is it actually?
It's 4:30.
Damn. Okay.
We have returning benvelopment here on kit, and I believe Op was the other ID, and facing Solemn Storm.
Yeah, Solemn Storm, I believe on that is ASA Group. That is a very nice ASA Group alt art, I think. Oh, it's not even alt art, it's just like a recolor. But either way, excellent ID. And I do believe, yeah, there we go.
There we go. Very shiny.
Yeah, the round, I believe, has started. I'm not sure what's up with the mulligans, but we are good to go. Yeah, ASA Group. Yeah. Why don't you tell me about this ID?
Yeah, so ASA Group, the first time you install a card each turn, you may install an additional non-agenda card. Yeah. So this has some technical implications, but for the most part, you just install the card and you get to drop another ice or upgrade on that same server. And this helps HB put together some remotes very quickly. You know, everyone wants that turn one Rashida behind a piece of ice, and you get to do that in one click on the most crucial turn of the game.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you get to keep doing that, which makes the card like fully operational, very powerful. You can trivially have 2 or 3 servers that let you make 4 copies of gain 2 credits or draw 2 cards.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And wow, okay, that's a lightning fast opening from Solemn Storm, I want to say. Just so 4 installs in one turn. You don't get to see that very often. Only, I do believe, ASA and Atea get to do that.
Yeah, installing's the best action in Netrunner.
Very true. And yeah, we see benvelopment taking a mulligan. I do believe that was a mulligan. And, okay, that looks like a sleeve. Yep. Sleeve, yeah. Always a good idea. That's
ripping the sleeve.
Rip it off, flip it.
Demonstrate your might. That sleeve.
Go get him.
If it betrays us, we must betray it.
What was that? Better for me to betray the world than to let the world betray me. Don't know if you read Romance of the Three Kingdoms, but yeah, that's a tidbit for you. Anyway, enough about historical Chinese things.
Well, Runner has an equally fast turn. Nuka, draw, put down an Anacam, and creative commission. Get those credits right back.
And there was a click to draw. That was not a Nuka draw. That's very important, considering that Anacam would have given the draw as well. And we have forced the discard, I think. But anyway, it looks like benvelopment did mulligan. They did mulligan into a pretty reasonable opening.
We also see an Inversificator in hand, and I don't know if this is a deck planning to spark into that, or I don't think this is a spark deck.
Yeah, we did see last round, right? They were on SMC.
Yeah.
SMC, I mean, it is a kind of a pretty penny to SMC, but you do have so much fake money in OB anyway. So that's
no fake money to install this. No fake money to install this Inversificator.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when there's very little ice on the table, choosing where the ice goes instead of the corp is very powerful.
That's very true. And but looks like no reses on any of the cards in remotes on Solemn Storms. Then we are just going draw and another install with no ASA trigger. That's very curious. I mean, we still have no idea what any of this ice is. I doubt that benvelopment is willing to face check this early in the game, although I could be completely wrong on this one.
What's the worst it could be?
The worst probably you would see classically you'd see out a Gatekeeper out of this kind of like HB mid-range deck.
Yeah, Gatekeeper is rough, especially because it fixes the flooding if they were to be flooding.
Too many, absolutely. Drafter not that great on this boss deck, given there are no cards in archives to recur. So that shouldn't be that big of a concern. So maybe it's good enough to send somewhere. But okay, looks like nothing doing. We are just going for more setup. SMC, telework contract. Now that's something you can use your fake money on.
Mm-hmm.
And still nothing happening really for the Acer side. Looks like we may be making another server now. Oh, no.
Now we're doubling down.
Something is happening.
No ASA install.
Yeah, we just have another naked remote and a third card in server 1.
All right, so we haven't seen Solemn Storm on camera yet. Do we have any idea what they're up to?
I don't know. I mean, like I feel like my guess is some kind of Warwick tracker, possibly.
Could be worried.
Warwick
Holoman's very popular.
Yeah, Holoman. I mean, I'm just thinking like, what card would you want to like multiple of in a remote? I'm thinking, and like to be perfectly frank, most of the options in Hasbro are pretty sicko options. We see Warwick tracker on screen here. Another option is Mr. Hendrick for some core damage action. Yeah, I mean, but who knows really? Okay,
time to find out.
We are just straight up going for Inversificator and run. Something is going on here. And that's
no fake money.
That's a Gatekeeper. That's a Catchen Gatekeeper. Excellent alt art.
Yep.
Really love the Catchen alts.
And it looks like we're going to just fire because no one wants to pay the 6 it would cost to full break that right now.
Yeah, good math. Yeah, 6. I was just going over that in my head. And looks like no shuffle back from Solemn Storm and still nothing happening in that remote. I'm very curious now as to what's happening there. Wage Workers. Ooh. Okay. Probably 3 credits. And so this Wage Workers is kind of like a pad campaign, you know. Well, not necessarily.
Yeah, it's so much bigger than a pad campaign.
Well, it does certainly have that potential, right? And
yeah, sometimes
like,
you will.
Yeah, some games it's really good. Some games it's like, it's a credit here and there.
Yeah, so it looks like that was 3 credits and install the card.
Yep, and a double install. That's more that classic HB click efficiency. And
yeah,
now
so Gatekeeper drawing that many cards it's extra good for ASA Group because you can actually just put them onto the table so much more quickly.
That being said, we do see that there was one end of turn discard from that last turn. So worth noting. And we see a Bravado now.
Bravado. Now we could go through the Gatekeeper.
Okay, we're going to the new remote, not the Gatekeeper one. Another Gatekeeper.
It's another Gatekeeper.
Okay. So drawing another 3 cards, I assume. That may be too many cards. Is there such a thing as too many cards?
I don't think so.
Right? You play as Mario
There's
yourself?
a worst card in your hand, and you can trade it up no matter what.
That's very true. Yeah.
The math has not been checked on this. Please don't check my math.
But okay. Yeah, so benvelopment very wisely choosing to bounce off this Gatekeeper. And we do see a Cuban in hand, as well as another, well, the first. No, that's not the first. That was not the first Inversificator. It's just another Inversificator. And running the naked remote, it's a powers that be, and going back and trashing that Wage Workers. No, wait, hold on. Wait, what happened to that? I assume the Wage Workers got.
Yeah, I believe the
trashed.
Wage Workers
Yeah,
got
there we
trashed.
go. And yeah, grabbing a Parisha.
Get the Parisha.
And there's a Rashida. Okay. So Rashida in a new remote. That's interesting. I wonder what that says about what's in the first remote. Is it...
It could be anything. It could be Project Ikawa that you're just not planning to do anything with it for a while.
Yeah. Or maybe some kind of... it's not an econ asset. Maybe it's like another Wage Workers, for example. Who knows? And a powers that be. Okay, something is definitely happening. With only 2 credits. Oh, Wage Workers. Okay, so now we see the point. So Wage Workers.
All right, that is Vitruvius with
seamless advance with install Wage Workers. Did I just say install Wage Workers? Seamless advance with a Project Vitruvius. Man, it's late. Man, it's getting late. And that was another install. So, of course, Vitruvius with no over advancement, so no extra ability to return cards to hand. But that Wage Workers res going down to 0 credits on Solemn Storm. And I'm not sure. Did you catch what it was that got powers the beat?
I do not.
Yeah, and we can see even the Rashida that was just popped, right? It's still in archives. It wasn't an archives install. That's very curious.
Yeah, now Wage Workers is, like, when you look at a board like this, you can say, oh no, there's so much going on. But Wage Workers is probably the thing that holds it all together. Like, powers.be doesn't do anything if you can't bounce back economically.
Absolutely.
And now we are running through the Gatekeeper and inversificating it onto R&D. Yeah, you don't get to keep that.
Yeah, that's a
Rashida.
Trank grid. Looks like it's gonna stay. Benvelopment thinking about the trash. Yeah, they will trash. Okay.
Yeah, Tranquility is really good, and that 4 trash cost is just something you have to deal with. It's so good.
Yeah. Notably, so we've seen benvelopment play this deck on stream in the last round. I think they've been doing some really interesting things. Or the Q-Ban, I should say, has like some really interesting potential in this deck with Inversificator. When you pass the ice, you get to gain 2 credits, and then if you're moving it around, you get to pass it multiple times in a turn. You get extra value from it. And like we see over here, the Gatekeeper moving on to R&D.
Yeah, and if you were to Cubon on the Gatekeeper, that just deletes Gatekeeper effectively.
Yeah, exactly. So I think ASA right now, and this does seem to be a little bit of an ice light draw from Solemn Storm. That's really the kind of scenario as you talked about earlier that this kind of Inversificator can really take advantage of. Okay, so we're going more installs and then
new remote.
Into this ASA, I would say ASA Group signature card fully operational. We're gonna get
even if you don't do anything, there is value just to having this many remotes with cards in them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and even if it's not worth even if the actual card in the remote is not worth the runner trashing, or maybe it's not even worth you rezzing, the fact that it exists is worth 2 credits or 2 cards, and that's good in itself. Okay, so I think Solemn Storm finally found his first real economy card this game, that fully operational, going back up to 8 credits. And now benvelopment with 6 and a Parisia must decide which of these remotes, if any, to contest. I do believe we know that the cards in server 1 are both upgrades. Nothing has entered there since the Vitruvius score, right?
That hasn't changed.
Yeah.
And you can't use Parisia to trash upgrades.
Exactly. All right, we're going trick shot. Oh wow, this is kind of hype, huh? Trick shot.
Yeah.
This is a free break on the Gatekeeper, as you say, turning fake credits into real credits, and we are swapping the Gatekeeper onto the server that we're going to run, so we can do the same thing again.
Yeah. Now we're laundering these fake credits into real credits, and that's the hardest thing because the designers will give you a million fake credits, but the real credits are hard to get.
Absolutely, and there we go. That's an off-world office stolen. I believe it's the first points stolen.
And now we come back into this.
As another Rashida. Wow, what an absolute beating! This was a click. I'll tell you what, this was a click.
Yeah,
Trick
ASA
shot.
Group has really good clicks. This particular one was a lot.
Trick shot. I tell you, trick shot has the best clicks. No one makes clicks better than trick shot.
That is a cataloger in hand.
Yeah,
and just getting rid of that with the Parisia while you've got the free credits.
Yeah, might as well.
I think you needed to spend 1 real credit on that though.
Yeah, and I must say I've been very impressed in these couple of games by benvelopment's ability to negotiate, various different types of corp boards and really show us, how powerful this very fairly unorthodox and I want to say off-meta rigs that we don't see very often from kids. And
I believe that's a Rashida firing there on the bottom of Solemn Storm's board.
Oh, was it was it a fire? I don't think that was. It was just trash, right? Surely.
What's that card?
That's a Spin Doctor.
Oh, that's a Spin Doctor.
Oh,
okay.
that's good. That's another fully operational. Won't complain about that. I don't think you will. 14 credits.
And that's enough to do about anything until you start using the Hollow Man a couple times.
Although, I'm not necessarily convinced that this is a Hollow Man version, considering I think we have seen a seamless launch already, which I don't think, who knows really, but it's not necessarily congruent with a seamless launch, with a Hollow Man game plan. And
we're continuing to move that Q-bond gatekeeper around. Those things are a liability after they're spent.
Absolutely. And like I'm not sure that Solemn Storm is able to really do that much about it.
As a Managarm Skunk we're getting rezzed there.
Yeah, absolutely. Ikawa
then
project.
We see Aikawa, and I think the runner spent clicks to get in there.
Yeah, clicks on that's right.
That's how they get you.
Are we trashing the rest of the stuff? I assume we are. Is that a virus?
Yeah,
okay, get that out of here.
Might as well get that out.
And trashing that as well. Okay.
So now we have this.
Yeah.
Speaking of liabilities, now we know where 3 points are.
That's bad news. If this was like an AWP super heavy logistics deck, I would say that Solemn would have had the idea of popping the virus for Hollow Man and putting it in the remote and Hollow Man advance the Ikawa project. But this is not the idea we're playing. We're playing ASA group. That virus is not actually doing anything. And there we go. As you said, he's decided that it's a bit too much of a liability for that Cuban gatekeeper to be sitting around. Has overinstalled with another ice. Unfortunately, I mean, in theory, in theory, this is still a crackable remote because gatekeeper is an innermost ice as a code gate. So
but if you got another trick shot, send it.
Yeah, another trick shot, another overclock. Yep, and something's happening. Okay, looks like players are clarifying the installs from the previous turn.
Let's see what we can see. I see a DJ in hand, another SMC.
And the cataloger just sitting there.
Menacingly.
Absolutely menacingly with his 3 counters, You get 3 counters means you get you get to whiff 1 time before actually anything bad happening. That was a fairly interesting ice. I thought I spied the corner of protecting the Spin Doctor. Was that a Stavka? I think I saw a Stavka. Am I crazy?
I was looking at the wrong corner of the screen.
Oh, it is a Stavka. No, wait, no, that's not not a Stavka.
No,
that's just our fearless stream editor Kato showing us what the card actually looks like.
Did that look like the card?
I don't know actually. I mean, I thought I saw some red thing, but I mean, who knows? We'll have to check later.
We'll have to shout excitedly once
check the tapes.
Gets rezzed.
Check the tapes. But yeah, benvelopment contemplating their next move. Looks like a DJ.
Yeah.
Well, HQ is wide open. You can get a Steve if you want.
And if they dare to ice HQ, then you can just dump ice there with the Inversificator.
Yeah, and that's very true. There are lots of dimensions at play here with this deck.
Inversificator was restricted for a long time because FFG and then later NSG is afraid of the power of moving ice around because it is powerful.
Look, the design of this card is so egregious. Yeah. There we go. Looks like it will be Steve Cambridge. That's
a Steve.
I do like me a MS Paint, an MS Paint ID, DJ ID.
I need to step up my game. I just wrote some very short text on mine.
Sorry, Kato. I think between these two, I know which art I prefer.
Yeah, can we get this uploaded in the Netrunner DB?
Yeah, hell yeah. I guess get that done. But okay, looks like we're almost certainly running HQ now, right?
Getting back that money. That's the main thing. If you can keep up your money, then you can
contest all the remotes you want. Yeah.
I mean, it feels obvious. If you have money, you can pay for things, but that's the main angle that the corp has. It's just keep going so fast that you run out of money.
Yeah. And what was it looks like a commission was the one taken back. Okay, so the Telework got discarded or removed from game, I should say. Yep, Seamless Launch was the access. So we have multiple of those in the deck. That's very interesting. And last click Seamless, no, not Seamless Launch. That's a Creator Commission. And there we go, Mandatory Draw. And I am just wondering when benvelopment is going to pull the trigger on that cataloger. It feels like it's been bought for like 2 turns now and hasn't done anything yet. It's just, as you said, sitting there menacingly. Not to mention that that Ikawa project probably, I don't believe it's been over-installed. It's just,
I think it's still there.
yeah, it's still there. And I'm just very interested as to why benvelopment hasn't tried to.
I mean, you got to make sure that if you're going for it, you can get through possibly a Bran or another
That's very true.
gatekeeper.
So, I mean, doing the math, Bran is that's a
Come
lot
on.
of credits for Bran, huh?
Quick maths, quick maths.
7.
That is 7.
Nice. I got in 1. So 7 credits for Bran, 2 for gatekeeper.
Yeah, so you got to come up with 9 for the ice and then 11 in a click to get through
Yeah, so not quite there yet. So understandable that benvelopment doesn't want to go for it, especially if that upgrade's threatening to be another Manigam. Yeah,
Skunks.
yeah. So we do see a third ice coming down here. Third ice coming down also means that Bran is now a rail in the run, right? Instead of just something to move around of the inversificator.
Mm-hmm.
Although we do see, is that a SMC in their hand?
Yeah, I believe there's been an SMC in there for a while.
Yeah, so we could grab a propeller, for example.
And I swear that looks like the misdirection art, but I can't quite see it.
I did think so myself. I said that can't be right.
But misdirection.
Yeah. So I
was
think that was a
rotated.
SMC, and I think there was a burner as well. And we did see them use burners to devastating effect last game.
Another judge call in the distance. It makes me just start to get up every time.
Control yourself, Seth.
You don't understand. They might be asking about patchwork.
Oh, the patchwork questions.
They have to be stopped.
Okay, accessing single access.
Nico
This
from
is a
HQ, you can Parisha that. You can trash installed or cards that are not installed.
That's absolutely
Yeah,
Yep.
it's free real
Yeah,
estate.
you might as well, unless you intend to go on the spin doctor. You might as well. Okay, so what next?
Well, we could commit if the corp's going to commit to that card.
Did we see what the Steve trigger was on that run?
Oh no, I'm really.
Right. Okay, it was bravado trick shot. Thank you, Kato.
Yep, and they got the trick shot.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean these are probably 2 of the most powerful run events in the game. So it's a tough call between the 2 of them. Both.
Yeah, I mean bravado puts the money in your bank account. You so rarely get money in your bank account on cards.
Oh my! That is a burner
Ooh.
going down, and looks like we will see. Right, so running. Yeah. So what happens? We ran the spin, or we popped. So the spin got popped, and then burner came down, forcing a Lumino to onto the top of R&D, and then now we hit by a Bran. This is the first ice encounter this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that you can inversificator through this. The question is, where is the... where are you going to put it? I'm not sure where.
I mean, there's 2 servers with single ice, nothing in it.
Yeah, that's very fair. Oh, but it's going to fire.
It's firing.
Hold up.
Oh no, you're letting them have the
The
luminol.
Lumina's just going back into hand. Okay, that's very interesting. So the other card was a Trank Grid, yes? Trank Grid in HQ. They got left. I believe they sent a seamless launch to the bottom, the one we saw previously. And double install in the 3rd remote. At this point, it's hard for me to keep track. And
I wish we had Cyber Feeder that'd keep track of this information for us.
yeah, we need that kind of like augmented reality eyes with those ocular implants, as they say. So, okay, so that's a double install in the remote. Looks like trash by Persia, which means that the Lumino's still in HQ and there's only 2 cards there.
We're going to go find
This
it.
is a dangerous game you're playing if you're Solemn Storm. Another just go. Hold it.
All right. Overclock versus Creative Commission.
And
They're
Overclock is
both
the pick.
pretty similar.
I don't think I've ever seen a game where the first 3 Steve triggers were all for different cards.
Ooh,
Yeah,
missed
that's-
it. That was a
missed it,
Gatekeeper. Looks like
Here
we're
we
going
go.
back.
Here we go again. This is click 3, I do believe. Hitting it again. Oh, my
no.
gosh.
The Hero Gatekeeper. And we know it's the same one because the other two were already on the table.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally just Gatekeeper and Lumina on the board. Come
Trying
on.
to
Oh, no!
Left card.
Come on!
Right card
Ain't
every
no
time.
way Solemn Storm gets away with it. Oh, that
Crime of the century.
yeah, that has gotta suck if you're a benvelopment or a benvelopment fan, you know. I know. Good grief, that's a turbine that just got discarded.
Uh-oh. And there's some good stuff out there to Turbine.
I mean, what's the last time we won 3 coin flips in a row? Because that's just what happened.
I mean, it's not... It's unlikely, but it's only 12.5% unlikely.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Finally, we see some ice on HQ. Solemn Storm's like, enough is enough. This is a bit too much for my heart rate. It's too much for my heart rate. Come on.
If with only 4 credits, you can you really afford to res that?
I don't know. We did just see a Gatekeeper, and if that fires, you know, you get to send the Lumina away. I think that's a perfectly reasonable trade. And
Overclock, fake money going into that remote. And if you res that, then HQ's open again.
absolutely. So no res. We will just Parisha that. Very nice.
And then, let's see. Okay, so the Overclock money just doesn't get spent, it looks like.
Okay, so we know that it's probably. I mean, the
Or rather,
Lumina's definitely still in HQ.
Yeah.
That being said, there is a Gatekeeper now, and I do believe benvelopment is a little bit too poor.
So we know where 5 points are. That's got to be stressful as the core.
Yeah, let's not forget there is an Ikawa project.
It's like,
just
it's like
sitting
being
around.
tagged.
Yeah, like ugh. I mean, no, we didn't miss something, right? Didn't get over-installed and we didn't notice.
I don't think we missed it.
I mean, there was a Spin Doctor on the board at some point. Like 2 Spin Doctors at the same time even. But, okay. I mean, this game has just been so wild. Like the cataloger is sitting there unused, the Ikawa sitting there, and like no one is even attempting to go for it, not even the corp, right?
Yeah, and I think as soon as if you res one of those small remotes, then we're going to take that ice and swap it with that brand on R&D, open it up.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, let's not even forget that Gatekeeper sitting at the bottom of the big remote. And yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I think like benvelopment has a lot of options here, and I mean that's probably the reason why the catalog has just been sitting around, right? You can challenge like the small remotes. You can try to get the Lumina in HQ. I mean, I think they have been like prioritizing like clearing out all the small remotes, right? And I think some very wisely has not been resing all this small ice. We assume to be small ice, just so it doesn't get Inversificator swapped with this Bran 1.0. That is the only thing standing between.
That's a propeller coming
benvelopment.
down.
Yeah. And is the trick shot in the bottom row supposed to be there? Is something happening there?
Yeah, it looks like we're on a trick shot.
It's just click 1. It's just an install propeller and trick shot.
And
Yeah,
I
it's
think,
a
was that
simul chip.
SMC for turbine?
Yeah.
Or
Simul
no,
chip for
simul
turbine.
chip for turbine.
Yep. Very good. So
yeah, a lot of this ice is looking like a strength boost will be very helpful.
Yeah, and I feel like this might be the beginning of the end for Solemn Storm. Like, I think finally benvelopment has found like the rig setup that they're comfortable with challenging this R&D Bran, which lets them get cataloger off, which just go trick shot, etc., etc. And maybe we're gonna make a play for this Ikawa. Oh, but Bran is
Bran fires?
Okay, interesting. So only just breaking to the endurance subs, and Drafter is a pick now. Wait, hold on. Is this Drafter firing? This Drafter's firing.
that simul chip is out.
Yeah, and we have no more kit ability. Okay, fully up back to hand.
Yeah,
that
seems good.
And
there's the other Amp Managram Skunkworks we were thinking about.
Yeah, okay.
Except it's the same one again.
This is a turn. I didn't expect this to happen.
Okay.
But all right. So
But now I can't imagine that that's exactly an ablative barrier on R&D.
absolutely, I don't know if Solemn Storm is interested in rezzing that ice, because there is every reason to believe that you would want to save it for the mana gun, because the trick shot is coming for that, is coming from that for that Dikawa. And I think also an interesting question for benvelopment do they want to take the cataloger or the double access of the trick shot? I think both are pretty valid. Oh no, we're going two accesses. Two cards. First card is a Bron. Second card didn't catch that. Oh,
hey, there's
an off-world office. Okay,
off-world steal up to 4 points.
That game is in the remote, right?
It is in the remote. You just have to be able to pay through a Managarm.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 3 credits on this trick shot left, looks like, and benvelopment contemplating the remote run.
Maybe you check out that small remote. Well, hang on. You got 2 credits there. You can't res any ice. You could only res at most the
Skunkworks, yeah.
Yeah, the Skunkworks.
Exactly.
So we're thinking about where to send that trick shot. I feel like if you had an overclock to send last click, that's so close to being enough.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, not to mention, we still have that cataloger sitting around, and now we do have like a more permanent solution to that Bron.
As much as we're talking about how poor the corp is, they do have enough credits to play that fully operational. We just saw go back to hand. So
that is very true.
This is not going to be true for long.
Yeah, I think, but the thing is, Solemn has to survive this turn first, right?
Yeah.
Like, no. Down agenda points, down 2 agenda points, 4-2, and I mean, I just keep on coming back to we didn't miss anything, right? Like this Ikawa is just still sitting there. And
I think so. Yeah. Okay.
So benvelopment will make the run on the small remote, and it is another way
clean spend your trick shot money and 1 of the Perisher credits.
Yeah, Perisher working real overtime this game. And running back on HQ looks like for Steve value. We do know still a Luminol. Let's not forget, there's a lot of things going in this game. Let's not forget there's still a Luminol transubstantiation in HQ.
And that's 2. No, is that 2 cards?
3 cards.
That's 3 cards. Okay.
Yeah,
we can't be as upset when we see the gatekeeper again. Yeah.
Oh, no way. Okay, wait, okay. Like, no more stream jinxing, all right? This has gone on too much.
We couldn't see the gatekeeper again.
Oh my gosh. No, that's unreal. All
right. We're going to have to check to make sure this deck isn't 10 gatekeepers.
Yeah. Someone check him PC. Okay, wow, that's... I mean, Solemn really getting away with murder here. Like, I mean, shocking, honestly.
All right, card in the remote to power up your fully operational.
There we go, fully up.
And at this point, it's a 5 credit profit, so not as outrageous as that full 4 remote thing that we saw earlier.
Yeah, and I feel like benvelopment has got to be so frustrated now. So many single accesses missing on like guaranteed, guaranteed knowledge of what was in hand.
Yeah. Hey, but click 1, overclock with the fake money and extra clicks.
Yeah, and I think finally it's time for Solemn Storm to show us. Okay, there
Tattoo
we go.
Bolus, that doesn't stop the
There's
runner.
another virus there. Yeah, finally
got him.
Yeah, benvelopment gets it. Well played. Wow, that was a roller coaster. I gotta tell you what.
So many gatekeepers.
Yeah, I mean the same gatekeeper so many times. I mean, is it the same gatekeeper if it goes back into HQ and you shuffle it?
It's the ship of gatekeeper.
That's right. Yeah, and. Well, that was a game. I think we
still have 1 more game to go.
Yeah,
that was just game 1.
Yeah, and we've seen, of course, benvelopment play this op deck before in the last round against Banha Steve,
with the titular envelopment card in the deck.
That's right.
See at least a few of them.
Yeah, not often you get to see an envelopment res of a eminent domain, but we did get to see it. That's
Hey,
some.
I play that in my op deck.
Yeah, I mean, sure, right, but you don't get to see it like an eminent domain pulled out, right? And that's branding for you. You know what I mean?
That is branding. I respect the branding.
Yeah.
As a fellow branding expert.
Oh yeah.
And I
Ice
respect
you,
this.
Mister Squid Head.
No one else is going to be impersonating me.
Oh, that's for sure.
All right, so this time, hey, let's get that Wayland Consortium off of here.
Yeah.
This is op super heavy logistics. We get to search for free.
Yeah.
When we trash something, we get a one cheaper replacement out of the deck.
And Akiko Nisei, when you make a successful run on this is successful when you breach R&D, right? It's not even a successful run.
Yeah,
you would know more. You know better than me.
Oh, I might need to go look up the card text
Oh
on that
no!
one.
Oh, we gotta check up NRDB. Oh no, it's right there. It is breach R&D. Okay. Please ignore the printed text. We do have.
Yeah, we make erratas all the time, and we. In a lot of cases,
Yeah.
we do it. Like the intent is that this card works the same as it's always been understood to work.
Yeah, so breach R&D, access cards from R&D. You know, same
Yeah,
deal.
Usually
in
they
most
tie those
cases.
effects to a successful run, but not always.
Okay, I mean that's pretty relevant for cards like Chrism Grid and stuff.
Yeah, you still get to Akiko through a Crisium grid.
Yeah, that's kind of unintuitive, but at the same time, it's kind of cool.
And we have this incredible little boat here for the op identity.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
With the two little boats, that's just as you see on the artwork.
Yeah, it is basically the art, right? Now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's the art.
Yeah, that is pretty dank. I wonder how benvelopment carries this thing around. Like, does it have like a storage case or what?
Surely a little rigid case so that you don't accidentally sit on
one
it.
of those display cases, like clear plastic ones. That'd be pretty cool. I would put that on my mantelpiece.
All right, in hand, I think we see a Tucana. Last game we saw that we fed an agenda to the runner just to go get a border control on the remote.
That ended up being a pretty good play.
Yeah,
I think.
good.
Yeah,
Border control is absolutely it's cracked in op.
Yeah, it's one of the cards ever. I do dare say. Something's happening. So click one was a spin install res, and we're going. Looks like an eminent domain behind an ice. And Akiko is going to go for a diesel on Solemn Storm and into a sure gamble. I wonder if we're going to get a contest on this one. We do see it. Ooh, pinhole threading.
Pinhole.
Uh-oh. That's not a Rashida.
Not today.
Yeah. And Creative Commission, yeah.
All right.
That's the that's not the card I wanted to see. Let's just get some money
The corp
instead.
gets their archer, but perhaps the envelopment is in some ways better for the corp. So we score.
I'm pretty sure we're getting an archer now, unless it's been drawn into hand again. I mean, that happened last game, but archer.
Yeah, there's an
Yeah,
archer.
there we go. Pretty good place to be pushing an archer against Akiko, I dare say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So 1.20, the eminent archer, the classic Wayland combination, does it once again. And we'll see how Akiko does with this. I mean, the so-called girls deck has like a number of semi-reliable solutions to Archer, and we do see trick shot SMC. I wonder if this is going to be a Physarum.
Yeah, trick shot is that is a Physarum, and
Yeah.
that's still 4 credits, which
Yeah.
is
2 real credits.
it's a very good deal to get through an archer, but it still takes most of the bite out of the trick shot.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, as Archer solutions go, it's like okay. The problem is, you compare the Physarum on Archer in any other deck compared to Physarum on Archer in Op, the deck which really is probably the happiest to play Maviruses even without viruses on the board.
You might even just access a virus out of R&D.
Yeah, and that would be pretty bad.
Well, at least it doesn't clear before.
Yeah.
All right, so we play a side game.
Yep, looks
and
like
both players bid 0, so you're going to get a look at 2 cards as the runner.
3 cards because of Trick Shot.
Right, 3 cards.
The card has text.
I think, is that a Rashida 3 down?
Yeah. Jinx it again, Seth. Come on.
All right, now if you need me to commentate your game and just say things that would be good for you, I do accept bribes.
Okay, so the math enters R&D, leaves R&D and just as quickly enters R&D back because of the spin. That
Yeah, and we can tell that benvelopment's payment just cleared, so...
yeah, PayPal transfer received. Thank you very much.
And that looks like... Oh, no, that's the regolith. Just go in, take your money.
That was just an install click, was that?
Yep, install click.
Yep, there we go. So no op trash shenanigans, just a good, honest install click regolith mining license.
Yeah, and good, honest op that. Then you go get a 1 cost out of the deck. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, that's
an open HQ.
Kind of spicy. Okay. Benvelopment already just prepping their HQ for the...
Yeah, so Cupulation, you can come take 1 card away, even something like an operation. And then I don't know if we think this is what's happening yet, but you can trade it in later for a legwork. And
oh, yeah.
Access 3 cards from HQ.
Yeah. So this is kind of like access 4 if you think about it. Yeah. So this is what happens when you combine single access and multi-access on the same card.
Ooh,
that is a good card to cup.
That's a great card to take away. I don't see anything else in the corp's hand, but it looks like we might be running back.
Yeah. And here we go. So first card, Stavka.
There is 1 Tucana. You'd love to...
Yeah, definitely you want to hit that if
You'd love to hit the Tucana.
Spin Doctor. Ooh,
maybe if you had more credits.
I would be tempted, though. Yeah, there we go. That's a trash.
All right.
Because this is the second Spin Doctor, let's not forget. The first one has already been popped. And okay, Hedge Fund misses the Tucana. Okay. So
Stavka is a very scary ice. It's like an Arch. Like Archer only needs to fire once to do its thing, and Stavka is just cheaper Archer.
Yeah, Archer at home, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
I'm more excited. You can resist Stavka if you haven't scored anything yet. Like I think Stavka is the better Archer.
That's true. That's when you look at it that way,
But of course, that's just how this game works. If the circumstances were different, this other card might be better.
Oh yeah. And so I think that was Solemn Storm's whole turn. So yeah, so Benvelopment will just take the turn of grab 9 credits of the regolith empty and fetch a 1 cost. We've seen a Tithe in this deck. I don't know what else.
I know that I'm playing Tranquility as a good one, good thing to get on cost 1. But
it is a Malapert. Okay, we were talking about this last game.
In-faction option.
Absolutely.
Costs a lot to trash.
Pretty absurd rest to trash ratio, if you do ask me. And yeah, it's one of those cards that we just really haven't seen that much of recently, I don't think. Wayland, honestly, not that great.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. As Kato is so kindly reminding us, there is a runner side of the board to talk about, and we do have an A-subs and Echo-Lessons coming down. This is the Akiko economy, and one of the very popular options for Shaper econ packages recently. You play less of the event econ and more of this Echo-Lessons, Muse, A-subs Pawn Shop, blah blah blah.
Yeah, because you do get a lot of power and flexibility just by having Muse around, because you could be bringing back that Physarum for getting it through that Archer again, or you could just bring back a Coalescence for even more money over time.
Value.
ASOPs.
Absolutely. And another trick shot. We're going again. What's happening here? I want to say this is Ika. Oh, very nice.
That's probably the best possible answer to Archer. It doesn't get purged, and it starts at 2, so it's very okay. It's a little bit short of being a really cheap answer to Archer, but you pay 4 credits to boost and then 2 credits to break the subs. Yeah, 6 through an Archer is one of the better options.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's acceptable as long as you don't try to do it too often. That's kind of backbreaking. I mean, that being said, it's all house money anyway, right? Trick shot.
Well, 2 of the money only comes after the successful run, so you got to pay 2 real money, and then that turns into 2 fake money.
Yeah, that's not the way that's supposed to go. You're supposed to cube on it. Oh,
Looks like the corp paid 1.
Yeah, paid 1. Paid 1 for the accessing 1 less card.
All right.
And here we go.
Lean over and okay, that
Nothing.
looks like an extract and a tithe.
Tithe. Yeah. Yeah, I do find myself like physically, instinctively leaning over, you know, when they make the accesses, and I think the player camps really add a lot of depth, a lot of depth to this.
Yeah, the player cams are just ever so slightly tilted.
Oh yeah,
Or little zoomed like it's one of those 3-piece mirrors.
Yeah, huge shout out to all like the stream setup. I think I don't know who did. I think it was Eric from Non-Static, Eric Hayden, big part of it. Oh, okay, right. Oh, I see now. But okay. Here, that was a Rashida firing, and we're now contemplating the next agenda push. We have a Malapert, we have 2 eyes on this remote.
And the runner is a bit low on real money. There's nothing to sell to ASOPs, and you got to get through 2 ice.
Absolutely. And now there's another upgrade in there. We've seen Arella Salvatore in this deck previously. Who knows what it is? I mean, Tucana. Tucana's probably likely, considering we saw it in HQ.
Yeah, I'd bet on Tucana.
And okay, so something is happening here. We see Coalescence, Simulchip, pretty good combination. We can probably, if you want to sell that Coalescence to ASAPs next turn, you go 3 credits. You go 3 credits up. Simulchip gets you, for example, like a Muse, and the Muse gets you a Coalescence. That's another 2 credits up, and then you sell over the next 2 turns for another 6 credits. That's
yeah, it's a very not aggressive line, but it will get you a lot of money.
Yes, absolutely. The real question now, though, is Solemn Storm, like how important is it for him to contest this orb remote? It's extremely likely that there's an agenda in there. And I don't know. We have committed a bunch of resources into going on R&D already, and like it's not been that successful, honestly. This Ika on Archer is like okay,
yeah.
but
At this rate, you probably need a cataloger to justify running R&D.
yeah, absolutely. Like it's way too it's way too expensive to like just keep going through this Archer over and over again, and we've done it twice already with different solutions. And the third ice hits the
hedge funds, third ice, and advance.
All right, so
making sure we advance the right card.
Yep.
In a previous game, someone was advancing their Isaac by accident. You can't do that.
Yep. Let's not have that happen. All right, we're going sell Coalescence and click 1, install Nuka, Dr. Nuka Vrolik. I assume we're going to be clicking for draw. Yep, there we go.
Right. Might still just be chilling and setting up.
Yeah, now thinking. Yeah, I mean, I'm fairly certain that there isn't a way into this remote now.
And the corp can res it with 18 credits.
Yeah, 18 credits. Like it's just
you got to come up with the Stavka solution and whatever other gear checks are there.
Absolutely, and then oh, never mind. The stack goes on HQ.
Okay, trash that.
Okay, I mean, obviously this is only gonna get rid of an Ika, but we are gonna grab a Spin Doctor.
Why is it getting rid of Ika?
I mean, it's a staff. Oh, never mind. We are just chipping a Physarum.
Yeah, Physarum is the big punish for a powered up Stavka.
Yeah. So over here we see Physarum Entangler just bypassing. You don't care about your strength. Don't care about your Starve Rune if that's a thing in this deck. Even we're just gonna bypass for 2 credits and take 1 HQ access.
Yeah, people are very worried about We're very worried about Stavka half rune when that was printed, but it turns out you just keep drawing the half rune and the combo doesn't never work.
It's really quite aggravating how often you draw the half rune, honestly. for one-off ice, that really shouldn't be happening that often. Like I'm gonna be real, Okay. So
Parisha, hopefully Hopefully we are going to get to use the recurring credits.
Yeah.
You're not too happy if you sell that to ASOPs immediately. That just turns it into a easy mark.
Absolutely.
But we are scoring. There's a Tucana out there. And what did we trash again?
That's a very good question, actually. There is an argument to go on the staff card. Yeah, there we go. It's been fire-jammed anyway, right? We get a 3 cost, and then we get another, and then another ice of the Tucana, right? So that's something we should be thinking about.
Yeah, it's when you're playing this style of OB, just don't put the deck down until you draw. You're gonna
unless you have to shuffle, you know. Yeah.
The world is yours. There's endless possibilities for what these 2 installs can get you.
Yeah. So here we go. So technically, this has to be the 3 cost card first, and then the OB card after. Sorry, and then the Tucana card after. So this does affect like ice install costs.
Yeah, you
sometimes.
pay the cost first, so you pay the cost of trashing the 4 first. So you have to go get a 3, and then Tucana can go get whatever is an ice.
Oh, 2 lily pads. Damn, what a snipe from the ASAN protocol. And so the Malapert was the OB fire, and now we're getting an ice of the Tucana. There we go.
Border control on HQ. That's pretty good. And we've just pulled out 2 more trash cans for the benefit of OB.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, and I believe that was just clicks 1 and 2, correct? It was pre-advanced, so it's only double advance.
Yeah, that was pre-advanced. There's 1 more click to go.
Yeah, 1 more click, and I think
that's another AZEF on the right on the corpse hand.
Yes. Okay. So it was something that wasn't the ASAF got installed. I'm not sure what it was. Although I wouldn't be surprised if that Mavirus was going to crack and fetch a Arella on the next coming turn, because I do think benvelopment seems to be in a position where they want to be windmilling agendas. Not to mention Seamless Launch is another card that we saw in their hand as well. Oh, and Eru Ayasepesoa. There we go. I hope I got that pronunciation right.
Yep, one of the girls of Girls Wins, and you just run archives, sneak door your way into R&D, and you get a look at 2 or possibly 3 cards.
At least 2, since we are on threat. And we will be playing a side game.
All right.
Yep.
And then often the runner just spends 0, so the corp has to spend something.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, but the corp doesn't want to spend today,
yep.
so...
It's 3 cards. This is a fresh 3 cards. Let's not forget, because the deck had been shuffled at that point. That's a Trojan Horse, no go. Hedge Fund, and another staff car. Oof, not great. Yeah.
Now you got to clear that tag.
I am struggling, Steph. I am struggling to keep my neck locked in position, like looking at this screen. It's so tempting to just lean my head to the left to look at the accesses.
Speak for yourself. I am putting my head all the way to the side to look at them.
Okay. It looks like we did clear that tag from earlier. So I think ending the turn on 3 credits as Solemn Storm, and now benvelopment has to make the decision whether they want to ice archives or keep pushing and say, you know, damn the consequences, I'm just gonna go faster than you can steal. I suspect they might go for the former option, but who knows?
I like ignoring consequences.
I mean, don't we all, you know? But, you know, the downside is sometimes those consequences come back to bite us. And I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, benvelopment already 3-0 on the stream today. Won three games in a row. I expect they want to continue that streak. We are.
Are we gonna?
Something is happening with the spin.
Yep, getting ready to move them a virus, maybe.
Oh yeah. So Malapert. Oh, okay. Definitely something's interesting. And an extracted Tucana. Okay, and we are just going to grab the Cephalopod back into the deck. We probably still have to shuffle, right?
Yeah, you're going to have to shuffle, but we can get to that later.
Yeah, we do have to shuffle because the cards in R&D are known, and we need to change their order.
Yeah, you do have to shuffle.
Yeah, so
so it looks like that was extract or pop the spin, extract that down into a Malapert, and then seamless advance.
Yeah, that's kind of hype, I want to say.
Yeah,
I have a rules question. I don't know if this is a rules question or an OP question. Is it legal to, like when they say, when the effect, like let's say what just happened here, like Op Trigger says shuffle your deck, right?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to like not shuffle and just present your opponent to cut?
I don't. So I think that's more of an organized play question, but I think that there's just no reason to say that, or rather, no, I don't think that you can. Like, just shuffle it. There's
I mean, it's so simple to just shuffle and mash it a couple of times at the bare minimum, right? I do agree.
Yeah, you don't have to go make separate stacks of cards and then do that elaborate shuffle, but...
Yeah. But, you know...
I don't think that we are getting a huge gain out of technically... Like, you're doing more work justifying not shuffling than you are shuffling.
Absolutely.
And, of course, if you do have trouble shuffling, like... Because shuffling is hard, you can get assistance with shuffling from tournament staff.
Absolutely. But okay. In the meantime, we were talking about shuffling or the lack thereof. And envelopment got not envelopment. An Archer got installed on the remote from the second eminent domain fire. And I do believe we got another seamless launch from the Malapert.
Yeah, but that looks like we are going into R&D again.
Yeah, so
that is tough because we scored our second agenda, and ideally we'd really want to be on 5 points because we went through a lot of effort. No dice on the this error run.
No dice, yeah. Although I think we do see an SDS drone deployment in benvelopment's hand, so I think that might be the line they're going for, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. With 4 points already and like two archers already rest, so it's not like you really care that much about. There's nothing you can forfeit, right? So it's got to install advance and Trojan Horse the Ika, very cute. And now it's all coming back down to, I think Solemn Stone just has to hit this arrow and pray. I don't really know if there's any other way.
But we didn't do op this turn.
Oh no! It looks like I think it was just click for credits into seamless SDS, and that's it.
Because without the shuffle, you've only got one fresh card on the arrow.
Absolutely, yeah. And yeah, that's GG, and that was a lightning fast finish with the seamless advance.
Yeah, undefeated on camera.
Yeah,
excellent play.
What a game and what a player! benvelopment takes it 2-0 in this round, going to 4-0 over the last 2 rounds on camera. Excellent job and well played. And of course, well played to our opponent as well. Solemn Storm put up a valiant attempt in both games. The Asa, man, that was a ride. The Ikawa, the gatekeeper, and let's not forget the gatekeeper.
We could have had more gatekeepers if only the accesses lined up for us.
Absolutely. But yeah, and I think that will just about do it for hi stream.
Hello.
Yeah,
that is round 5, and that is the final round of our Crown of Servers tournament completed. Yeah. I'm not sure how we're gonna get the announcement to you of who won, but
yeah, I mean, I think they're doing the announcement for pricing and such very soon. I mean, I don't know if the round is like over yet. There might still be some games going, but we'll see.
6 minutes left on the round.
6 minutes left in the round. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, we'll find some way, I guess, to get the results to you.
Yeah, maybe if there's subsequent games to be streamed, we'll find the commentators and have them announce it.
And this evening is going to be Thanksgiving. Yes.
Yeah, I'm participating in that. So one way or another, I am leaving for the stream for now.
Yeah, and yeah, it's been a real great time casting with you this morning and afternoon.
Cast all day.
Cast all day, jank all night.
That's right.
That's right. Right. So I think that's going to be about it from us on the NSG Crown of Server stream. We'll be back tomorrow. Well, somebody will be back tomorrow. I won't be back on this stream.
Yeah,
I hope
I
I'm
won't
going to be
be
playing.
back. We've got professionals coming back.
Yeah, not us. Come on. Who are we calling here?
All right. And that is us signing off from Worlds in San Francisco 2024.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Always be running.
Always be running.